Okay, so maybe you've heard of Three Rivers Manufacturing knives. Maybe you've even had a chance to handle this knife, the Atom. But your buddy who checks out your knives when he comes over to your house definitely has not. And so this is for all of the more casual knife guys who are checking out knives at Cabela's or at your local farm and fleet. The Three Rivers Manufacturing Atom is finally the knife to get you into niche knives. Made in the USA in Massachusetts, this one features a beautifully ground 20 CV blade. It's a larger blade, about 3.5 inches, and as you can see, it comes in a beautiful red micarta. It's a scale, basically a scale that has a nestled liner lock on the inside of this knife, and it's gorgeous. It's just a gorgeous knife. Here's some size comparisons. Benchmade 940, of course, -1 carbon fiber. Very similar size, very versatile in its size. Of course, we got a ZT here. You can check that out and just see that we're talking about kind of mainstream size, large folding knives. And the Three Rivers Forge, if you're looking at those details, holds up really well against these mainstream knives. Here's a Delica just for another size comparison. Again, you're looking at a knife that has pretty reasonable dimensions. It's an open length of 8 3/16 inches, and it weighs 3 ounces. Maximum thickness is 0.39 inches thick. And it is just a really interesting flat-bladed knife that doesn't look like a Spyderco, doesn't look like any other knife on the market, and yet it's made with very nice materials and cuts fantastically well. And so it's a knife that you should probably know about. TRM, or Three Rivers Manufacturing, has a great Facebook presence, and their knives are really nice. I am checking this knife out as part of the Apex Passaround group, which is a group of knife content creators who get knives from manufacturers to check out. And as you can see, this is a very carryable knife. It's kind of got a standard issue deep carry clip, kind of a la Benchmade or ZT. Disappears in the pocket. The lockup on the liner lock is fantastic, and yes, it is just a knife that could easily fit in with a collection of other knives. The action on the knife when I received it was pretty new, but it does have very nice ergonomics, except for one kind of weird issue, which is I found that when I kind of gripped the knife on a back grip or on a heel grip hard, my finger would accidentally disengage that liner lock. And so that was a kind of a strange concern of mine. It doesn't exactly strike me as a position that you would typically be carrying or using this knife, and you can choke up quite a bit more on this knife than what the position was that I showed you. But when you do get back and you do kind of squeeze that liner lock back a little bit, you do disengage the knife lock. That was really the only problem that I saw with this knife. Everything else otherwise was great. Centering's great, beautiful carry, and it is just a very nice knife. TRM sends a nice little care package. They have a little dog mascot, lots of information on the blade. This blade, as you can see, has a kind of a very, very clean, kind of glassy finish. And it did actually come with a second set of scales. These are just OD micarta scales, so you can see what the inner construction of those scales are. I did not install those myself, though. When you look at the kit, you'll see that this does come with a limited lifetime warranty and lots of interesting information. They have a very active Facebook presence. The biggest negative on this knife is just that it's very difficult to get. This particular knife is no longer even available. You had to get on a waiting list, and then it was sold out. And so now you have to go to threeriversmanufacturing.com and see what's available, get on their waiting list, and wait for them to release the knife. It's not a easy deal for someone who's used to just being able to walk into a store and buy a knife. But the quality is there. This is a very interesting new brand, and I have to say that particularly this red micarta, red canvas micarta, is truly gorgeous. And it's a brand that I'm definitely paying attention to. I think they're doing fantastic work. Aside from that kind of odd ergonomics problem that I pointed out, I think this is quite an interesting knife. Doesn't seem to have a lot of glaring flaws that a typical new manufacturer, especially unfortunately here with an American manufacturer, would present. And it's a truly versatile EDC knife with a very practical blade. So let me know what you think of Three Rivers Manufacturing, if you've heard of this brand, and if the Atom is one that you might want to try to hunt down now that you can only find it on the secondary market. Or is that a deal breaker for you? Let me know in the comments below. Guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Leave me a thumbs up and take care. Thanks a lot.